We need a light to wake us up, Sad Sangat Ji. Let's stop thinking for a second that we have brightness in our days whilst we wake with anxiety and think it's normal. That's not normal. Let's go beyond that contemplative measure and let's experience the sweetness of progress. Just progress, not perfection, mind. In the worldly sense, someone comes to speak to us, we want to smash them. Where is the Guru's Sikhya? Where's that compassion in your heart? That maybe they've just had that momentary lapse that you have so many times before. Every loser is just a hero having a bad day. What is Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji doing to that one? Do the words or the attitude of I told you so, or so there, or take that come from Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji's jawab? No. Now Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji teaches us the way of love. What does Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji say to that Guru Sikh? They say, Guru Khalsa Sad Sangat Ji, गज बज के फतेह बुलाओ, वाहे गुरु जी का खालसा, वाहे गुरु जी की फतेह. We're all blessed to be in the company of Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. We're all blessed to be in the company of Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, 8वें Paatshah, the 8th form of Sri Guru Nanak. We're all blessed to be here as this week we celebrate, we commemorate the Jyoti Jyot Divas, that light which is the 8th form of Guru Nanak passing from this world into the form of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, Balak Guru, the child Guru in the physical form. It's also a chance for us to look inwardly to that innocent part of our own being that perhaps outwardly we covet, we pretend it isn't even there. As we refrain ourselves from that joyful, joyous way of play in the company of our Guru's Godi, in the company of our Guru's lap. As we've gotten older and we've been taken by adulthood and the ego and the self-projection that we have felt necessary to project outwardly. As the years have rolled into decades and we've forgotten that we were pretending. As the years have rolled into decades and we've forgotten that we are pretending, we've become that alter ego. That one which won't smile, that one that won't give an inch, that one that has no weakness. So apparently we put this projection outwardly. As we think of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, the form of humility, the form of Guru Nanak upon this earth, Aap Narayan Kalatar Jag Mein Parvariyo. That one that came onto this earth as Vaheguru themselves to wield their own Shakti, to fulfill the ardasa of those that are struggling in this world. It's a chance for us to connect back to that playful light, that joyful light that society perhaps pressures us to abandon. I heard something so interesting recently. On socials of all places, it said, give a child a phone when you want their childhood to end. In other words, introduce them to the world when you want them to forget who they really are. That playful, fearless nature of a child, you want that child to be anxious, to forget themselves, to be establishing themselves in an identity of misery, an egoistic way. When you want a child to lose their innocence, when you want their childhood to end, give them a phone. We're not going to drive the prices of Apple phones down right now. This is not really about phones. It's more a metaphor for this world and how we've been taken by it. As we try to meet a worldly understanding, and ironically, where have we learnt this way to forget our nature? Where have we learnt to forget this playful nature, this balak nature, this playful, carefree nature? We've learnt that in many aspects, in the atmosphere and the social circles that we've encountered in our schools, in our playgrounds, in our friendship circles. And so this chance that we have right now is really an opportunity for us to just curtail that and take a few steps back. When am I most happiest? When I'm honest with myself. When am I most happiest? When I'm connecting to that childlike state, that is beyond age, which exists within me. How can we do that, Sadh Sangat Ji? We look at those great Gyanis like Sant Gyani Hari Singh Ji Randawe Wale in their 70s and their 80s, and they've managed to hold on to that childlike, joyful nature, even with the highest of Gyan. How is it that Baba Avtar Singh Ji, how is it that the great leaders of our Panth, Gyani Kulwant Singh Ji, these great leaders, Bhai Jagraj Singh from Basics of Sikhi, with all of the knowledge, that in their company they would just bring out the child within you and that joyful, that joyous nature. Even with all of that knowledge, kya pariye, kya guniye, kya ved purana suniye. What is the point of studying? Kya pariye? What is the point of reading? Kya guniye? What is the point of studying? Kya ved purana suniye? What is the point upon reflecting upon the Veds and the Purans, the old schools of education? What is the point of listening to these things? Pare sune kya hoye? Jo sehaj na milyo soy. Maharaj is saying, what is the point of engaging these tasks and undertaking these khoj, these worldly studies? Pare sune kya hoy? Jo sehaj na milyo soy. If we don't have that sehaj, if we haven't got that warmth, we haven't got that connection within our own being. Maharaj is saying to us that education in the worldly sense will only get you so far. As you learn for the world, you enter the world, and perhaps you get trapped in the world. Education of this world will only get you so far. When you go beyond this world's education and start looking inwardly to who we really are inside, then we receive an education unlike anything that this world has to offer. Akho Satanam Sri. Har ka naam na japasa gavara. Says the Guru, Har ka naam, take the name of God. Na japasa gavara. If you don't do this, then your life is gavad. It's without any meaning, without any fruitfulness. Har ka naam na japasa gavara. Kya soche hai baran bara. Why are you so consumed and entangled in other things? Why have we been caught by everything else but that way? Why is it every other task needs to be completed before we give ourselves a chance to sit down? But what is the nature of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji? What is that playful Balak nature? We will hear, but before we do that, let's focus our minds from a place of gratitude. We have this very short time. Guru Sahib's giving us a teaching, Bhi har ka naam na japasa gavara. If you're not meditating upon the name of God, then your life is worthless. It's without any value. Kya soche hai baran bara. Stop thinking about it, just do. Maharaj is saying, go beyond thinking. A famous philosopher would grace this world in the 60s. Their name was Bruce Lee. We think of them as a martial artist, but they were an educator of the mind. And they would say, don't think, just feel. They would say, don't think, don't get caught up with that process of thinking, just feel. Like a finger that points to the moon, don't concentrate on the finger, as you'll miss all of the heavenly glory which is being pointed at. In this way, Sadh Sangat Ji, let's not concentrate on the hand or the finger or the technique. Let's open up our hearts from a place of gratitude. Yo, Maharaj, you've brought us into the Sangat of the Guru. Let's vibrate upon that name that you have given us, that we should do. And we're so lucky to be in the company of the Sangat. Hanji. Satguru, Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. They sit on the takat of Sri Guru Nanak. They're on their way traveling with a large Sangat, a large group of Sangat, on their way to Delhi. They reach an area which is now referred to as Panjokara Sahib, where an encampment is laid out. And in this area, in this locality, is a Brahman, a Pandit. The name is Lal Chand. Lal Chand has spent so much of their time collecting knowledge. They are, if you will, a great scholar of the Bhagavad Gita. They have collected so much knowledge that their name is known. Lal Chand asks, who is the one that is leading this group to a Gursikh? This is the 8th form of Guru Nanak, is the reply. Their name is Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. enraged, taken by their ego. Who is this person whose name is greater than my Guru, Krishna Bhagwan, the one who is the orator, the deliverer of the Bhagavad Gita? His name is Krishna. Your Guru's name is Harkrishan. He has a name that is even greater than my Lord, Lord Krishna. He is just a child in the physical form. Only 5 years old, you say. How can you have a child with such a name? Hari and Krishna joined together. You've named your child Harkrishan. Your Guru's taken the name Harkrishan. Anybody can take a name, but is he worthy of this name? Can he hold true to the standard that is fitting of one who has such a name? I have questions for your Guru. Let me see if you can answer even the questions which knowledge is within me about the Bhagavad Gita, about the slokas of the Bhagavad Gita, which are difficult to understand. Take me to your Guru. The Gursikh goes to Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, who is in the physical form of a child, but they are beyond the words of age. They are beyond the biology of age. They are the form of that Shabad which is beyond time, which in fact is the creator of time. Ad Sacha, Jugad Sacha, Happy Sach Nanaka. The Gursikh goes to see Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. Says, Maharaj, there's one who comes very angry to insult and to question and to challenge you. Maharaj, they come with questions about the slokas of the most difficult aspects of the Bhagavad Gita. Maharaj, they come to ask you questions and to challenge you. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, they are the form of Sitalta. They are the one that puts out that fire of ego. Listen very carefully, that one has come to challenge the Guru with a soti of their mind, with a sword, with a stick, to beat their version of events into the Guru perhaps, that they should be able to instruct their mind to overpower the Guru. But even now Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji teaches us the way of love. What does Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji say to that Gursikh? They say that one is a bachara. They are taken by the disease of ego. They're looking for a place of compassion. What teaching is this to us? That when someone should look to you and they should come at you, yes, we should stand up for ourselves. Yes, we should have the ability to stand if we are being persecuted. But on occasion, someone steps to you because they're having a bad day. On occasion, they step to you not because of their challenge of you, but because of the challenge that they've already lost to the day before. They step to you not because of the challenge that you present to them, but because they've already lost the challenge to ego, to anger that somebody else has presented to them. And they've lost their way. It's your opportunity to take out a soti and fight with that person, or you can see that they're in a state of compassion, that they're in a state of a need for compassion. Sadh Sangat Ji, I heard this so beautifully put. Every loser in this world that you might come across, every loser is just a hero having a bad day. That we all have bad days. That if someone took a snapshot of that bad day and tried to represent that as to the whole world is who we are, we wouldn't appreciate that. We all have bad days. We all get caught up. There's episodes of all of our lives that we're not particularly proud of. Just this last 2 weeks has been a great teaching to me that Amandeep Singh, you're not as strong as you think you are. You don't have as much courage as you think you have. That in a difficult circumstance, you can waver as well. And so that's given me such a great teaching that Amandeep Singh, maybe you should have a bit more patience with those that you have care for as well. For every loser is just a hero going through a bad period. And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji is the true recognition of that hero, because they are here to teach us that we're not just a hero in this world, that within each and every one of us is the light of God. Akho Satanam Sri. Kat kat mein har ju base santan keho pakar, says Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Within each and every one of us is the light of God. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji says, this Pandit Lal Chand is full of ego, and that is why they speak this way. Allow them to have my audience, let them come forward and let them ask their questions. Lal Chand is allowed into the company of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. The Gursikhs are there, And they say, you've taken the name Harkrishan. Let me see if you're worthy of this name. I have some questions for you about the Bhagavad Gita. Let me see if you can answer those questions. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, they give the jawab. They say, you can have your questions and they will be answered in this darbar, but not by me. For if I give you those answers, you will say that I have sat before scholars and that this information has been learnt. That I've listened to Katha by my forefathers, by the Gurus before me, that anyone has listened to that Katha, and so I'm just reciting this. In the house of the Guru is the house of Bakshish, it's the house of Kirpa. And so, I will give you this opportunity, ask your questions to anybody. And in the house of the Guru, it will be seen that that person will answer your questions. Lal Chand is licking his lips. Be what opportunity you have given me, you don't even know. I'm going to do such an embarrassment of your house. You wouldn't even been able to answer my questions, though you call yourself Guru. Wait till I give the questions to the one that I now put before you to answer my questions. Lal Chand goes, I'll be back. They're thinking now, but who should I bring? What person? Who is the lowest person? I'm a Brahman of high caste, of high education. I'm going to find someone that definitely can't answer these questions. They go to the village and they find someone whose name is Chaju Chivar. Some say their name was Chaju Ram. Chaju Ram, they were mute. They had no ability to even speak. They were what we call Gunga. They were mute in the world. They couldn't speak, and they had no education because they were deaf also. Never had they heard, and never had they spoken. They were completely uneducated, bereft of any education in the worldly sense, let alone the spirit house from which the Bhagavad Gita was going to be questioned. Chaju Jivar was of the lowest caste in the eyes of the Brahman. In the house of the Guru, we know no caste. There is just the Nishan Sahib that calls out to the whole of humanity. In the house of the Guru, we all sit together as one, but in all houses, this luxury is not always enjoyed. We sit here, blessed to sit together as one, not knowing the blessing that we have. And yet some of us are so ungrateful, we choose not to sit together as one in the Langar Hall, we sit higher. Because the Langar Hall and the place of the dust of the Sangat is a place that we cannot lower ourselves to. Who is losing out, Sad Sangat Ji? We are losing out. If you're ever lucky enough to go to that place which is beyond caste, where there's true equality, celebrate your company and sit in the company of the Sangat on the floor. Boris Bhagat Kabir Ji say, Kabir meri jaat ko, sabko hasne har, balihari is a jaat ko, jeh japiye sirjanhar. Bhagat Kabir Ji says, Meri jaat ko, sabko hasne har. Everyone laughs at me because I'm from a low caste, supposedly. Balehari is jaat ko. But I celebrate that caste that allows me to recite the name of God. Akho Satanam Sri Vaheguru. Lal Chand has said to Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, let me challenge you. Let me see if you're worthy of the name that you've been bestowed. I want to ask you questions about the slokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj said, don't ask me in the house of the Guru where the kirpa is done. In the house of the Guru, which is the house of Guru Nanak, bring anyone here and let them answer your questions. Lal Chand has gone to the village and found and sought out that one who's of the lowest caste. They found that one who is deaf and mute, who cannot speak and has never heard. That is beyond any education. Forget spiritual education, any education of this world. Their job is so simple. They are tasked of carrying water from the river to the village. That is just about the maximum of their initiative, of their capability, that they just are tasked to bring water backwards and forwards from the river, from the lake, to the village for the use in that infrastructure, in that bend, in that village. Lal Chand says to Chajjar Jeevan, "Be come with me." They beckon them. "Be come with me, I've got a task for you. You can return to this worldly affair. I have some questions for you." in this place, Nepanjokara Sahib, Lal Chand presents the one that he wishes to question. In the mercy of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj. But Lal Chand wasn't aware that the moment that they brought Chaju Jivar into the company of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, that their karma would be changed. Lal Chand was unaware that just by bringing Chaju Jivar into the company of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, where we all now sit, I might remind myself, Amandeep Singh, we now sit in that same company, that their karma would be changed. Ek nadar kar vekhe, sab upar, jeha pao, teha phal paiye. The Guru looks upon all with their nadari from above. Jeha pao, those that have love in their heart, teha phal paiye, they would feel that phal. They will get that blessing. And Chaju Jivar, as Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji's blessed nadri, as their glance of grace falls upon Chaju Jivar, they start to speak. Lal Chand is amazed that this person who is dumb, who is mute, they're now speaking so eloquently, so beautifully, not to be outdone. Lal Chand starts to pose their questions. They ask over 10 questions in Guru Pratap Suraj Granth. Kabhi Santokh Singh Ji Mahakavi, Kabhi Santokh Singh Ji explains. They ask the most complicated, the most obscure questions of the texts of the sloks of the Bhagavad Gita. Lal Chand is giving the replies in the most poetic understanding. They are speaking in Sanskrit, which is the most mengi boli of the time. The most complicated language of the time. They start giving the answers. The jawab that Chaju Jivar is giving is beyond the gyan of Lal Chand. He's introduced a new arth, a deeper arth, a higher understanding. Lal Chand, their ego is destroyed and they fall at the feet of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, ko Satnam Siri. And this is the point I really want to focus on, Sadh Sangat Ji. In the worldly sense, someone comes to speak to us, we want to smash them. And I've failed that test so many times. Even recently, somebody disrespected me and I just come back at them and I'm willing to bite. Bhai Amandeep Singh, where is this arrogance, this ego, this right to think that you've got an obligation or you're bound to do this? Where is the Guru's Sikhya? Where's that compassion in your heart? That maybe they've just had that momentary lapse that you have so many times before. But every loser is just a hero having a bad day. What is Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji doing to that one? Do the words or the attitude of I told you so, or so there, or take that come from Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji's jawab? No. They remain pleasantly imbued in the Naam of Guru Nanak as they give that true teaching that the love for the Guru will take you everywhere and it will give you all the knowledge that you will ever need. Akho Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Maharaj is saying to us, Pare sune kya hoye? What's the point of these things? Jo sehaj na miliyo soye. If we're going to just be Lal Chand, taking those things to weaponize ourselves, to win arguments, to prove our prowess, then what of that knowledge? Jo sehaj na miliya soye. Jo sehaj na miliyo so. Without sehaj in our heart, without that as our intention, we shouldn't even speak. Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, be very careful about the weapons of knowledge that we take from the Guru's Darbar. These are weapons for us to defeat our own demons. Not to go home and batter our families with, that we should know best because we've got a bit of gyan. Not weapons to go home and beat ignorant people with, because Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, tomorrow you will reveal yourself as ignorant as a test comes your way and you realize actually I'm not as bulletproof as I thought I once was. Our history does not end there. Lal Chand would do seva of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Tajinder Singh. They would do seva of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. They would become a Gur Sikh. They would take Amrit from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj at Anandpur Sahib, ko Satnam Siri. They would go on to become one of the greatest warriors from a Pandit of the Bhagavad Gita. By the kirpa of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they would become Shaheed at Chamkaur Sahib. with the 40 things. Have you ever thought, when you think of those valiant, courageous, perfect warriors, Surme, inside and out, had you ever thought that the root of one of them was a Brahmanistic Pandit caught by their ego and an understanding of the Bhagavad Gita? What is this teaching to me? Two things, Sadsangaji, come to my mind. One, let's not assume because of our past or where we are right now that is somehow cement around our feet that will stop us making moves. Because the Guru will carry us, cement, blocks and all. And the second thing that comes to my mind is even your greatest thoughts as you fall before the Guru, Pandit Lal Chand, as they fell before the Guru, could never have envisaged that there would be a surma in the company of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Be careful what you ask for. If you ask for just things of this world, you might just only get those things. Imagine if you left it to the Guru and said to Guru Maharaj, do with me what you will. I fall at your feet, take me wherever you want, as Lal Chand did. And now they would become the greatest shaheed. They would become one of the greatest shaheeds. Shaheed Chamkor di Gari. Akho Satanam Sri Vaheguru. Maharaj gives an understanding. They say, Andiyare Deepak Chahiye. Andiyare Deepak Chahiye. In the darkness, we need to recognize that we need a light. And Sadh Sangat Ji, the genius of these words are lost in their simplicity. Andiyare Hanera de vich. In the darkness, Andiyare Deepak, that light, chahiye, we need that. You're saying, Amandeep Singh, I know that. When I walk into my living room, I turn the light on because it's dark. You haven't got to tell me that. Why are you telling me that in the darkness I need a light? We all know that. Sadh Sangat Ji, many of us are living into our second and third decade. Let's have it straight, Sadh Sangat Ji. We don't even know that we're in the darkness. Yes, we go into the living room, we put our light on, but how many of us are waking up in the morning with anxiety, feelings of uncertainty, and we assume that that's the way it has to be? That's the andiyare, that's the hanera, that's the darkness that we're talking about. And in so long as we're not waking with the name of God on our lips, we're remaining in that darkness, walking around blind for the whole world to see. Maharaj says, so if 100 moons were to rise, Suraj Chare Hajar, and 1,000 suns, you might think that you're in the light. Ette chanan hondiya Guru bin korandar. Even with all of that brightness, without the Guru, know it to be true that you're in perpetual darkness. Akho Satanam Sri. Andiyare Deepak Chahiye. Ek bast agochar laiye. If you want to find that thing which is unfathomable, that anand, if you want to find that anand, that bliss that makes you cry tears of joy, have you ever thought in your days that you would cry tears of joy? What does it feel like to cry tears of joy as electricity reverberates through your body and you feel the clutch of the Guru around your waist? And it's like Maharaj is saying, I know what you are. I know where you've come from. It's all good. I've got you. I'm with you. We'll deal with it together. To find that thing, we have to understand first and foremost that we have darkness. I have a lot of family that have got alcohol problems, and to support someone very close to me, I go to the Alcoholics Anonymous meetings to support one who's very close to me. And they say in those classes, they say that the first step towards sobriety is to recognize you've got a problem. A lot of people are walking around with addiction and they don't even realize that they've got it. Andiyare Deepak Chahiye. We need a light to wake us up, Sadh Sangat Ji. Let's stop thinking for a second that we have brightness in our days whilst we wake with anxiety and think it's normal. That's not normal, Sadh Sangat Ji. That's not, let me rephrase that. That's not the normal condition for a Gursikh, for a Gurmukh. To remove ourselves from this darkness, to find that thing, we've got to turn the light on. What is the way to turn the light on, Sadh Sangat Ji? The Guru has made it very, very clear that when we wake in the morning and we take the name of God upon our lips, the Guru Mantra of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Waheguru literally means the destroyer of darkness and the bringer of light. Maharaj is saying, Bast agochar pai. Listen very carefully, Sadh Sangat Ji. In a martial arts tradition, you judge the quality of the teacher of the akhada. Whenever you go to a akhada, if you're learning Shastra Vidya, you judge the quality of that akhada by the quality of the students. If the students can smash, then you look to the teacher and say, I want to be in your class. You don't judge a class by the quality of the teacher, you judge the quality of the class by where the students have reached. In the house of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, the students of Baba Deep Singh Ji, Bhai Mani Singh Ji. In the house of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, the students are Sant Kartar Singh Ji, Sant Gyani Gurbachan Singh Ji, Khasa Pindra Wale, Mai Pago Ji, Mata Khivi Ji. In the house of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, the students have found Parameshwar Vaheguru because they're saying it right now. Bast agochar pai. Says Bhagat Kabir Ji, I found that place. What you're looking for, I have it. Bhagat Kabir Ji is saying that bust, that thing, a gochar that you can't find, that is beyond your reach. Pai, I have it. Bast agochar pai. Let me tell you about it. Gata Deepak Rahiya Samaya. My mind is high. You're looking for a high in this world? Take that drug which is beyond this world. Take that nasha that won't give you a hangover the next day. Bhagat Kabir Ji is tasting it. They're saying, yo, don't have to go on a faith. Just listen to what I'm saying. Basta gochar pai. Pai meaning I've got it. It's within me. Basta gochar pai. Kata deepaka rahiya samai. That light is shining within me. Let me tell you about it. They have won the fight. They've become that surma. They have smashed their enemy. What enemy are they talking about? The greatest enemy, our own ego. Sadh Sangat Ji, judge the quality of our teacher by the experiences of Bhagat Kabir Ji, because they are the student that we are measuring ourselves against. Maharaj, let us follow in the path of your devotees. Ek basta gochar pai. Let me be one that can say, I have found that too. Kata within my own hirda, deepaka rahiya samaya. Bhagat Kabir Ji, they say, I know him. Through following this teaching of reciting the name of God, Kaho Kabir Jab Janiya, they say now my mind, which was my enemy, my mind that was holding me back, just like many of us were tricked by our mind, keep your hand down. Don't make a commitment here. But what if you're scared to make a move forward? Because I've experienced it, now my mind believes. Now my mind is my slave, and I've enslaved my mind. Man manne lok na patije. They say, I believe because I know. I believe because I know. Man manne lok na patije. But people don't believe me. Na patije, to ka kije. What can I do? Bhagat Kabir Ji said, what can I do for those that have not walked in this way? The reverberation is one. What is the teaching? What is the sublime? What is that underground message that Bhagat Kabir Ji is trying to reach our hearts with? They're saying, yo, have a go. Have the courage to have a go. Because if you do, in this place, in this battlefield where we defeat the mind, the devotees have come. They've taken the teachings of that great Guru, and now they know that place. I know this to be true from my own experience. Sadh Sangat Ji, the Rahao Pankti, as we finish off this vichar, as we finish off this journey together, and it really is a journey. How can we, where else in the world can we be sitting exactly where we were an hour ago, but know that we've gone on a journey? Sadh Sangat Ji, some journeys we don't need an Oyster card for. Some journeys are when we jump into the river of the Sangat, and the flow of the Sangat take us to a place that we didn't even know existed. Akho Satanam Siri. Where would we be without the Sangat of the Guru? Sadh Sangat Ji, the last reflection that we want to reflect upon, as we think of Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, what is the Rahao Pankti, the Pankti that Maharaj tells us to reflect upon? Kya soche hai baran bar, Rahao. Maharaj is saying, why do you think so much? What does thoughts lead to in this world on occasion? On many occasions, I might add. It leads to doubt. But let's not take a step here, this is for those Gurmukhs. This is for those ones that are blessed by the Guru, not for me. We tell ourselves that we distinguish ourselves with self-loathing. We distinguish ourselves with guilt. We distinguish ourselves by reflections of an assumption of our future based on our past. How dare we limit the Guru and their Shakti by assuming that they can't overcome all of those things? Look at Chaju Jivar, that one who is deaf and dumb and blind to the knowledge of all things, that now we sing their praises as the greatest orator of the Bhagavad Gita. Even greater than Pandit Lal Chand. Kya soche hai bar and bar? I heard something. Kya soche? Why do we think so much about these things? Let's put those thoughts that might restrain us, that arrest us from taking a step, that arrest us from taking a jump. Let's tell our mind to, quite frankly, shut up. As our mind arrests us, let's say to our mind, you do not control me, but I am in control of you. You are just a part of me. You are not your mind, but you are beyond your mind. And that doubt exists only within the mind. Try and find doubt in your fingers or your thumbs or your toes or your knees. It's only in the mind. And doubt, Sadh Sangat Ji, is even worse than failure. If you think about it, what does failure signify? What does failure mean to us in a corporate sense? We hear about this as we go to inspirational seminars, coaching seminars, leadership seminars. They say fail as many times as you can. Each failure is demonstrative, is illustrative of the fact you've had a go. If you've had a go, there's a chance you can succeed. So failure represents having a go. It means you've put the gloves on and you've got in the ring. You've decided to undertake that battle against whatever it is that's holding you back. Failure is greater than doubt. Doubt will keep you in the same place for decades. Doubt will mean you can never succeed. If doubt arrests you from making a step forward and having a go, doubt is even worse than failure. Sadh Sangat Ji, I'll tell you a little thing. When I tried to keep my gaze, at least 2 times I failed. As I tried to keep my gaze, I was at university, I had the guest list all locked up, Hippodrome, Café de Paris, all of London town, all of our friends were there. And twice as I tried to keep my gaze, I would fail. And I remember shaving and getting the lines back in and putting the quiff back in the hair, going buying shockwaves as we go to those nights out, failing in my endeavor. But Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, maybe it was those failures that I had to go through for the Guru to say, this guy, he might be failing, but he's having a go. He's not worthy. As I sit before you, I'm telling you right now, Sadh Sangat Ji, there's nothing worthy about me. My friends will tell you, just downstairs, one of my best friends is downstairs right now doing security seva. Say, is Amandeep worthy? You'll go, no, he's definitely not worthy. I'll tell you a few stories about Amandeep Singh, but let's be clear. As we sit before the Guru, this isn't a place of worthiness. If it was about worthiness, none of us would be here. Who's worthy to sit before the Guru and claim to be having a right to sit here? Who's worthy to say that they're a subject of character is worthy to put themselves as a subject before the Guru? This isn't a house of worthiness. This is a house of daya. It's a house of compassion. As I would fail over and over again, and I'm failing still. I'll tell you straight. In many endeavors I'm trying to achieve, I'm failing still. Telling you straight. But I'll tell you one thing. If you keep on having a go, if you keep failing, it's illustrative of having a go. And look at those failures as a step past. Kya soche hai bar and bara. It's a step past just standing on the river, soche hai bar and bar. There's a whole bunch of boxing commentators that are there to rip Amir Khan, Tyson Fury. They rip him all day long. None of them ever got in the ring. They know boxing inside out. None of them ever got in the ring and faced the fire. Sadh Sangat Ji, have the courage to go beyond that vichar. Go beyond that situation where you stand there in a contemplative measure, just doubting yourself. Jump into the river of the Sangat and say, yo, I know I'm not worthy, but I head in the Sangat. you'll carry me there anyway. Just as a river doesn't discriminate, just as the current of the river does not discriminate, it will take whoever jumps in. From the source of that river at the top of the mountain all the way down to that limitless ocean of love. The river never says, excuse me, not you, mate. My current will flow for everyone but you. No. Nadiye ate vah, pave samunda, not janiye. The rivers and the streams, they flow ever forward towards the sea, without discrimination. My friends, that is the Sangat of the Guru. The question is, are you going to stand on the riverbank, looking at that beautiful river flowing, 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 turning up at Gatha, remaining the same as the seasons change around you? Or are you going to have a go and jump into the river? What does it mean to jump into the river? It means saying that next time I come Gatha, which is only next Thursday, next time I come Gatha, you won't see me with my cut hair. Next time I come Gatha, next Thursday, as we go through the power of Simran, the power of meditation, you'll see there's a little bristle on my face as I keep my guess. Next time I come Gatha, did you know Amandeep Singh? I'll have recited Japji Sahib 8 times, one for every day. Next time I come Gatha, I will have not had any drink of any substance that might take away the purity of my mind for that week. Guru Pyari Sad Sangat Ji, have the courage to go beyond the Rahao Pankti. Kya soche hai baran bara. Let's go beyond that contemplative measure and let's experience the sweetness of progress. Just progress, not perfection, mind. Just progress. Akho Satnam Siri. And as we think about that progress, as we go beyond this world, just think about how you're going to feel next Thursday as we come together in the Sangat, hurriedly excited to share with your brothers and sisters. Yo, guess what I did this week? I made a little bit of progress, and my days, they were filled with light. I didn't even know that the light was switched off. Andiyare deepak chahiye, ek bast agochar lahiye. I didn't even know the light switch was turned off. We know that Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji is that form of that formless Lord. The question is, Guru Pyari Sad Sangat Ji, beyond the knowledge, beyond information, what are we going to be with that information? Who are we going to become? How are we going to functionally bring that into our own medium, that we are no longer the same thing? Are we going to be Lal Chand with all the information in the world, Amandeep Singh? Or are we going to go beyond information as we experience the kirpa of the Guru? Are we Chaju Jivar? Sad Sangat Ji. Sune gung jo yahi surasana pave. Sune moor chitalai chaturata ave. The Maharaj says, just by listening, you can go from being gunga to that one who is full of intellect. You can go from being that one which is a muraka, sune moor chitalai chaturata ave. So Sad Sangat Ji, so grateful for all of you to come and give us your blessings. So many of you have come from far, and it is not without notice. We're so humbled to have a chance to be in your company. Next Thursday, we've got our regular Katha, which is the first Thursday of every month. Please give us your blessings and let us have your darshan. It's so wonderful to see. As we do the Koj, we're wondering, is the Sangat going to come and give us their blessings? We spend so long doing the Koj, doing the study, and to come and have to be received by the Sangat in such numbers is very humbling. So next Thursday, we've got the Katha, which is going to be on the power of meditative embrace on the Guru Mantra. And very excited to share, just 2 days after the Katha, we've got a job, a Guru Mantra job. We're going to be doing a Simran job, which is 3 till 7 p.m. at this Guru Kar. So we get to practice those teachings.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.